My name is Esther Howard, and I'm actually Monica Jackson's youngest daughter, and I literally grew up in Jackson childcare. My mom started the childcare when I was born, and I grew up in the daycare as well as I remember it really taking off when I was in kindergarten. I went to North Springfield Elementary School, and there were about maybe four or five, it could have been more, but other kindergartners, which I literally grew up with. Demi, who made the first video, was one of my first friends, as well as being one of the children in the childcare. My fondest memories were spending the time not only with my mom and my sister, but also with just this family of friends, all these other children that would come in the program. And the highlights were always the summers. Every single day we'd go someplace, whether it be Six Flags, the White House, the library programs, the water parks. My mom took us all over the place. I remember there was this one summer program offered through the state called, what was it called? The Time Travelers Program. And what that consisted of was going to these historical sites, whether it be the Carlisle House in Alexandria or like Sully Plantation in Virginia, and learning the history and seeing the history unfold in these places that I don't think I would have had the opportunity to just explore. My mom did such a fantastic job educating ourselves, not just myself and my sister, but the whole daycare family, in these historical events, in these cultural events, before going on the field trip, so that we'd be prepared to really be immersed in whatever experience we were about to partake in, or that we'd be knowledgeable enough to answer the questions and really engage on a deeper level with the field trip. Some of my other favorite activities were just as small as going to the post office and seeing behind the scenes. The post office, Domino's, and Giants were really what stood out. Being able to see on the other side how these employees worked, how the different pieces came together, how the mail was put out, how these pizzas were made, just the whole gamut from local activities and attractions to, like I said, going to the White House and being able to, we did that multiple times. And returning to what I was saying earlier, the kids in the group, we really were a family. We'd get so many compliments going out to restaurants or going out to these other areas where typically kids may not be known for being quiet or being well behaved, but our group was really set apart in that way. My mom really did a fantastic job in teaching us how to behave, how to be welcomed, how to be invited back, whereas other children were just wild, to be honest, wild and unruly. And our group was not like that. I'm so grateful for my mom for instilling us with these rich experiences, instilling us with this knowledge of how to present ourselves, but also all the while we were learning. We were learning through play, learning through experiencing, just learning and growing. And I think that in a way she taught us how to excel and succeed and be set apart from these other children, and also just set apart and having a higher standard of even excellence for ourselves. And that's something I will take that I take and apply to my work, which is where I'm at right now. I am an actuary for the federal government. I work for Office of Personnel Management, and all the while, my mom and those experiences that I were instilled with me in a child has kind of what's carried me through to the path that I was on to now. This might not be particular to the daycare, but my mom herself, she has such a high standard of excellence for herself, for her family, for the children, and that really has driven me um, to have a full scholarship offered to every college I applied to excel at the PSAT. I was the 99 percentile in the nation, to go through this program at Howard that taught me what an actuary is and piqued my interest, to getting this job, an internship in college to Office of Personal Management that transferred to a full-time job. I've been here for 4 years, and just been surrounded by a wonderful team here as well. But all the while, Jackson Family Childcare has been my foundation, and I go back and I help. And on Monday, we went with the kids to the zoo, had a private tour, the only ones in the zoo with a private tour, and this wonderful lady named Miss Cat telling us the names of the animals and their habits. And so I still try to stay involved with the childcare because that's my foundation, that's my home, and the children are just a little family, and that's something that I feel really blessed and I treasure that unique experience. So that's me, and that's my story. Thanks.